In the center of Moscow, located in an inconspicuous warehouse, is a place where the childhood dreams of Soviet children never died. The Museum of Soviet Arcade Machines, now in its new larger location in Baumanskaya district, is reminiscent of Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass as you step in and back to childhood nostalgia. As the sights, sounds, and even tastes of childhood in Russia in the early 80s and 90s flood your senses from all directions. Containing more than 40 authentic antique arcade games, which have all been brought back to their former glory, the museum is abuzz with a mixture of boys and girls, men and women of all ages. Teenagers wishing to learn about the roots of their modern games, adults hoping to relive their youth, while parents showing their children how life was when they themselves were children. The entry cover charge is 300 rubles, that's about $12, and for this, you receive 15 old Soviet 15 kopek coins, with all the machines within the museum costing 15 kopecks per game. The hardest part is deciding which game to play first. Some of the most popular are Morskoy Boy or Sea Battle, hockey, and even original Soviet soda fountains, which dispense sodas in a variety of flavors and colors. This arcade wonderland was the vision of a few school friends whose dream turned into a hobby and now a career.
The history of our museum started from the childhood dream of every Soviet schoolboy. This dream started with the arcade game Sea Battle. In our childhood, they were everywhere, in every cinema, social culture centers. These machines were located in all places where you would find a lot of children, or at least within 20 steps from the location. Time passed, and at the end of the Soviet Union, they just disappeared from all locations and couldn't be found anywhere. Our idea was to find the Sea Battle game to have as our own at home, to play from time to time. This original idea was our utopia. After some time, after discovering the game, with my school friend, and now co-worker, we realized that if we didn't start collecting these games to allow people to have the memory of their childhood, then they would completely disappear forever.
And a collection they certainly have, with a variety of games to suit anyone and everyone. But such machines are not easy to find, in fact nearly impossible given that the spare parts required to fix them are not in production anymore.
The spare parts of these machines have not been produced since the end of the Soviet Union, 1991-1992. So that's why, considering that these arcade machines' lifespan is usually 5 years, and that the spare parts have not been produced since 1991, that by the end of the 90s, they were worn out. They were all discarded because it was not possible to repair them. Now, little by little, we are bringing them back to their former glory. The most common way for an arcade machine to be restored in our museum is by creating one arcade machine using the parts of 3 machines, which do not work.
For all those who have a competitive nature, the museum is open from Monday through to Sunday. And remember, as Albert Einstein himself once said, you have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. This is Alex Player, reporting for RIA Novosti.